Hello, my name is Kiran and I've got the giggles. Just seeing students come up here, walking past all dressed up, it puts a big smile on my face. It kind of taps into, when I was a student and just that buzz that I felt. So that's an awesome experience. You'll remember that forever and you can always tap into that too in the future. So my name is Kiran. I've got a couple of roles here. I'm an RP mentor and I'm also a diploma mentor. So what I do is I kind of oversee students' progress. I'm not directly involved in sort of classes or the running of things in that sort of way, but I guess I sort of manage traffic. I look over with a bird's eye view, making sure that, you're meeting your major works and everything is sort of coming together. Kind of like an art stalker, but not really, right? Kind of safe distance. I work with Carla and Aaron in a tiny office, which you guys may go past, next to the toilets, right at the back end, near the car park. But I sort of like to think of us as the trinity of creative awesome, because we're pretty tight, and we'd like to have a laugh as well. I often say that the hardest part of my job is trying not to giggle too much and trying not to write too much, because I kind of overwrite. Which kind of leads me into my experience of working with you recent diploma lot. It's been, I think, just as much of a learning experience for me as well. I'm kind of new to the role. I've sort of taken over what was handed down to me from Dan, and I've been doing it for about a year and a half. And what you guys have done is you've sort of shaped how TLC is for me. Prior to this, I used to do a lot of writing in a similar kind of field for many years. And what you guys have taught me is to sort of write like a human being, because I'm so used to writing like, I guess with a bit more objectivity, kind of more about the rules, about right and wrong and pass and fail. That's kind of a background I've come from. And so that shift from that to writing more subjectively, more about the emotion, about the journey, has been sort of shifting gears and really valuable for me. And you guys have sort of taught me to sort of, say it's okay to be subjective about your work. It's art, it kind of makes sense. So you guys have set the bar. What I've enjoyed about my role is, even though I don't see as much of you as say the tutors, when you come into the office, we have sort of big discussions about art, and one of the things that sort of gets me sort of motivated is talking about art, whether it's with my colleagues, but especially with you students as well. That's kind of like a highlight of my day. When you guys sort of leave my office, I'm kind of glowing because I feel really good, And I guess that sort of leads me to the other challenge, which is you guys have given me so much that when I go to write your summative assessments, even though what you've got is sort of filling out these little boxes, I've actually written loads and I've had to edit it down because I can't stop writing, And that's always a good sign, when I get too much to write. And so each one of your assessments that I've written is actually unedited versions, that maybe I'll talk about with you one day, But that's kind of the excitement level that, that you guys have given me. So as you can sort of notice, I kind of wrote this just as I got here, because I figured, I'm just going to turn up and use the force. All right? It's going so good so far. I've got something about energy levels. I've talked about that, face-to-face, it's working. Oh yes, the other thing that I've really enjoyed about TLC, and you students, once again, is the type of culture that you're creating. I love it when you guys get together and start initiatives, little sort of site projects, and get a buzz going. You guys have sort of completed the program some time back, but since then, you guys are still making the right kind of noise. You're keeping it going. You haven't stopped. And I think as a creative practitioner, that's really important, that you keep moving, that you keep making the right noise. I'm still hearing about some of you guys on social media, even though I don't have contact with you. And some of you guys I actually follow, on your Instagram, and I look forward to, the work that you produce. So all I can say is just keep that up. That's really important. It only gets better. And back into the community thing, I really enjoy watching you guys support each other. you know, you do it a lot and it just gets stronger and stronger. You know, once you sort of go out there and start, you know, your funding applications or your exhibitions, which you're already doing, keep in touch with each other, okay? Because talking about art, you know, like I do with my colleagues, gives me a buzz and it helps me move forward. And that's what we want to do, we want to move forward. I think I've covered my notes. Thank you very much, and thank you for giving me this learning experience too.